And we're recording. All right, we're going. What do you have to say for yourself, Adam?
I'm excited.
Oh,
That was that was pretty cringy. I'm sorry. I started
uh,
the
you
video
know,
that way.
it's okay. One day we're gonna look back at these and either, actually, I don't know. if, we, if we'll look back at these and say, "Hey, that was really good," we'll probably look back at them and say, "Wow, these are
They're
fucking awful."
gonna be all cringy. Let's start
Probably.
off by saying I'm drinking a new Mountain Dew.
Yes. Purple
It's a
Thunder.
Circle K exclusive. It's
Tell
called
us,
Purple Thunder. It's dew with a blast of berry plum.
how
I'll tell
delicious
you,
is it?
it's all right.
What? Excuse me.
It's pretty much just voltage.
Oh, really?
just with just with like because what is voltage? It's like blue raspberry or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the
Yeah.
only that's the only Mountain Dew that Jessica like really likes. She'll have Baja Blast. Like if we go to Taco Bell or something, she'll have some Baja Blast, but I got her some voltage and she was like, "Ooh, that's really good." And she typically never likes soda. She's not a soda. She doesn't like the carbonation. It's like too
Yeah.
much for her. But she
Oh, okay.
loves Baja Blast and some voltage, so she might like that one.
Not saying like I like it a lot. It's just like voltage has like a little zing at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's got a
Yeah.
little je ne sais quoi about it.
Mm-hmm.
This has like 99% of it. It just doesn't have that last little bit at the end,
Right.
but it's still really good.
Well, the original is usually always better than the sequel, as they
Yeah,
say.
that is true.
That being
God, my
said,
lighting in this room is dog shit.
yeah, I can't really see your. I mean, I can see your face. I can see about as much as
Well,
I would ever want to see.
I'm trying to use my TV Xbox as like a
As a
like a
backlight.
forward drop, like a
uh,
forward light. 'Cause it's like in front because I have the light and it's like behind me back
yeah.
here.
Try closing the blinds a little bit, just down
You
like
think the blind
halfway.
will help?
Yeah. See what that does. That might like cut the light just a tad, so there's enough to see your face. Let's see. That might be. Yeah, I don't know if that. A little bit helped a little
A
bit.
little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah,
Um,
that's all right.
I have a big
So
ass
like,
window like right in front of me, and it's good when it's like morning, when it's still a little overcast or not as bright. Um,
yeah,
but once the sun kind of gets overhead, it's just like you're looking at a piece of paper
yeah.
because I'm so fucking pasty white. Um, but I guess it is a podcast after all. People are listening, not necessarily watching.
Yeah, and
Um,
then go fuck. I'm just kidding.
um, so all that being said about the Mountain Dew, I will still be going to Circle K
Yeah, there's Circle
and getting
K's in
some.
California, aren't there?
Yeah. Um, Circle K
I
also
mean,
has the
it's
best
good.
soda deal on the planet, or at
Yeah,
least
like
in
the
America. The Polar Pops.
yeah, you're talking about the Polar Pops.
Oh yeah, that's some
Pretty
good stuff.
amazing.
Because you can get like 64 ounces for like 98 cents, or however
And
big the largest thing is.
you know what's crazy too is it's $64 for like 98 cents, and you know what? They're probably still making like 95 cents profit on that.
Oh yeah, it's probably
maybe
so
maybe
much
not
profit.
95, but like the only real thing they have really had to pay for is this syrup,
Mm-hmm.
up, and transportation, and the transportation is probably the most expensive part of
Yeah.
it.
I've heard multiple times from people that work in food and beverage industry that the most profitable things are the soda and the salads.
Yeah. Well, the sodas are obviously because literally the syrup.
You
I
just
used to
use the
work at the
syrup.
movie theater, and we'd get these giant boxes. Like they were like
Mm-hmm.
probably 2.5 feet by like a foot, and they probably weighed like 50
100 pounds.
pounds,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
like 50, 60 pounds. Like they're heavy. I'm just trying to remember like how they were heavy. Like I
Yeah.
didn't have trouble, but like I got winded like lifting like a pallet full of them. Like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, 50
and it would
pounds is
last.
still sizable. I mean, that's all syrup.
It would last us like a normal amount of time, like a half a week. But a half a week, we were serving like
Yeah.
4 to 6 thousand customers. Like,
Yeah.
and our drinks were like $6.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like it was like insane. Um, and I actually never don't remember how much we paid for this stuff, but syrup is literally like a
So
cent
cheap.
per serving or something like
Yeah.
that.
Speaking of movie theaters, Jessica and I went to go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Me and Emily did too. It's
Okay.
nice we can talk about it.
We can talk about it. So the interesting thing was before the movie even started, they played the trailers, right?
Yeah.
And there was a very long pause between the trailers and the movie. And
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure the projectionist was new. So
Probably. I did that a lot.
it
I
was like
wasn't. I wasn't new, and I did that a lot.
it was IMAX, so I don't know if there's like an extra step in there.
Oh, it's IMAX.
Yeah, we saw it
IMAX
in
is really
IMAX.
weird. IMAX is weird, so it probably was. It probably was like something wrong with the projector.
Mm,
We had a lot of issues with the projector and servers and stuff.
mm. That's interesting. That's like I used to think of movie theaters just like kind of this shitty little job, and I'm sure it does really suck at times, but being a projectionist, if that's all you're doing, just going around to movie and putting in film or I don't know how they do it now. I'm sure it's just like you said, a server and you just choose
I
the
still
film.
say I still think like if I was making as much money as I'm making now,
Yeah.
I
Still
would
be
be
there.
project. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It just seems like a real like chill job, and movie theaters like for the most part make I think make pretty good money,
yeah, they make
you
pretty good
know.
money. Yeah.
Um COVID kind of shat on it a little bit, but the I think they're starting to come back because every time we go, there's like still a good amount of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially for larger releases, I think what will happen is that movie theaters will either downsize to maybe just a few like theaters, rooms, and then only show like the blockbusters or the, predicted blockbusters.
Yeah.
They won't show even though everything everywhere all at once. I still haven't seen that. I've heard it's a really great movie, but I doubt that it's like profitable within the first month. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
So that would be
But
my guess is that they'll downsize and only show blockbusters just to make
yeah.
sure that they're constantly always making money. Um, but yeah, it seems like a pretty chill job. My brother was a manager of a movie theater for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. Um, I think he was a little more stressed though, just being a manager.
Manager's a little harder. I was like really good friends with our general manager at the theater, and because they had like I don't know if it's like the same way at other theaters, but ours we had like the general manager who was like the queen of the theater,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had like 7 other managers
Yeah.
that would like work like kind of under that her. Um, I had like an opportunity to do that. I always think like maybe I should have to be able to put that on the. I mean, it probably wasn't that much of a resume builder, but anytime that you can put leadership on your resume is good.
Right.
But I mean, I still say the general manager makes like six figures. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. And
You
it's
know?
Galaxy. Galaxy was a good company to work for. They were always like pretty profitable. They're kind of smaller
Yeah,
compared to like AMC and Regal and Century, whatever. But I liked them. They were good.
yeah.
But how did you like Doctor Strange? Spoiler alert. There may be spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers,
Don't listen.
leave the fucking room.
Yeah, get out of here. Um, I I enjoyed it. It was definitely a movie that like captured my attention all the way through. But there were like 2 points where I really felt the length of it. And what I mean by that is I would be immersed in the film and then something would happen and I'm like, "Damn, like how much longer do we have? Like how are they going to tie this all together with I feel like we're nearing the end and it
Yeah,
still feels like there are several plot lines that they still need to close."
yeah.
It's like how much time? So I noticed the time in that sense. Um,
And the movie really wasn't that long. Wasn't it only like a little over 2 hours?
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's double check the actual length of it.
I think it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that.
I think that's about right. Yeah, it is 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not that long at all. Um, but it felt like there were so many plot lines going at once that it was noticeable enough.
Yeah.
Or at least like not plot lines, but detours, I guess would be the better word. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I overall I enjoyed it. It felt a little. It felt a little forced. Like the horror aspect of it
Yeah.
was like fun. It felt more of like and this is fitting because Bruce Campbell is actually in the movie. Um, but it felt more like a Bruce Campbell type horror film rather than I think they were trying to really get you with the jump scares rather than like true horror, which I enjoy that direction. You know, the
Yeah.
fact that they're trying to weave that in. This is the same reason I liked the Batman is because that whole beginning part was like focused on the fear aspect,
Yeah.
and I thought that was really cool. So
Yeah. I I liked it. I didn't like it as much as most people did. I
yeah,
thought it was um kind of boring. Kind of like
yeah,
it was weird because like a lot of the films are like um you there's a sense of like the hero is weaker than the villain at the beginning and like they like climb the ladder through the whole story and then at the very end they become strong and then they
yeah,
defeat the villain or whatever. This one, like Doctor Strange, he's a fucking wizard and the other person's a witch and like at any point they could defeat each other. It was really hard for them to like quantify that the Scarlet Witch was significantly stronger
yeah,
for like the movie aspect. They couldn't do it like justice, I don't think, and it was really hard to watch. I think at times because you're watching them do the battles and they're like, "Fuck, put up this fucking barrier," and
yeah,
then like she just like fly around and like shoot beams. It's like, well, can't she just fucking destroy the whole thing if she's that powerful? Like,
yeah,
I don't understand. Or like Doctor Strange, like there's times where like he would defeat someone and then like struggle with another person. And it's kind of only Doctor Strange I feel that way with. Everyone else, like, it's kind of hard when you have magic involved because it's hard to quantify that like
The
power, I
power of
guess.
Matt, yeah.
The Hulk you can quantify. He can beat the shit out of someone, and then a person that's bigger, he's not gonna be able to beat the shit out of. That makes sense to the human mind. The other way, the magic, it's hard to, you know, he
That's a good
comes
point.
out, he has this giant missile, and he shoots this missile out of magic, and then the next one, he's like getting the shit rocked out of him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was weird. And then also the America girl was a
America
weird plot
Chavez.
line. I thought it was weird. I thought that was kind of forced. But I did read also that her character was actually supposed to be introduced in the last Spider-Man movie.
Mm.
Um, I don't remember exactly how she was supposed to be introduced, but it was supposed to be introduced earlier, and I think that's kind of why it felt a little bit rushed.
Yeah. I liked her character, and I liked the dynamic between the two, but I also was kind of seeing parallels between this movie and between Doctor Strange and America Chavez and like Iron Man and Spider Man,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that felt a little like it just felt weaker in comparison. And even though she like didn't trust Doctor Strange because of the other Doctor Strange, it's still like I feel like they could have played on that more, the
yeah,
distrust and um, really like winning her over. And it's like it was just kind of uh, yeah. I feel like they could have done better. And like you said, it was just a little forced
yeah,
in. I also what was I gonna say? Felt that I can't remember what I was gonna say, but I still really enjoyed it. You
yeah,
know, it was a good movie, and I feel like it was very well like acted at least,
yeah.
um, and I liked that they tied in the other superheroes from the other universes.
Yeah, that's also what I was gonna say too. Is I really liked this is a big spoiler, so if you're listening,
Huge
skip
spoiler.
like
Yeah,
5 minutes or something. I liked how they introduced the Illuminati. I really
yeah.
liked how they introduced the Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the point that I just was making too, where they introduce these people and they're supposed to be like the smartest people alive, and they don't fucking listen to Doctor Strange, and then they
Yeah,
go, and immediately all of them die, like
just get their
immediately.
asses rocked. Yeah,
And then so that means that Doctor Strange has to be stronger than all of them,
yeah, and
but
I
I
think
don't, I don't trust. I mean, it's hard to even like realize that. I guess I don't know.
um, I other I agree. So I really liked that they brought those in, and I actually thought it was really I liked the how gruesome it was.
Yeah,
And I know that sounds like a little weird, but I think for Marvel to keep evolving and not become the same old type shit,
yeah.
they're gonna have to do something different. You know, Logan was super good. I loved the grittiness of Logan and
Logan is
Deadpool.
still like one of the best superhero movies.
Yeah, I think so too because it's real. It doesn't feel like when I'm watching the Marvel films. I'm like, it's kind of hard to relate to somebody who's flying around with magic coming out of their hands.
Yeah,
But Logan was, even though you have people like Professor X, um, who have like mind control powers, that the way that they like incorporated it with like the screen shake and the sounds, like that was like discombobulating. Like
yeah.
physically, the sound and the visual from it was kind of really entrenched you in it, and the emotions that came along with it too were really relatable. Um, but I was thinking, I can't remember if in the comics, like if Earth 616, the one, the
Like the
universe that we've been following these last
yeah,
like 10, 20 years or whatever, however long it's been, um, is like the strongest universe. And that's why they're like in their universe, and like what was it, Earth 368 or 838 or something, in Multiverse of Madness. They
yeah,
were like not trusting Doctor Strange. We can handle the Scarlet Witch. Ours here, like we've handled her. She's fine. We know how to defeat her. And I think that's why they just kind of brushed him off.
yeah.
I don't know if that's what they're tying in.
I don't know.
Uh,
Well,
but
one of the best scenes in the movies was when they're fighting the Scarlet Witch and the pitchfork guy.
Black Bolt. Oh, dude, I love that shit.
He's like, "How are you gonna be able to attack me if you don't have mouth?" And then he tries to attack, and his fucking head
Just
explodes.
explodes. I know. And then fucking you got Reed Richards, who's supposed to be the smartest man in the world, in the universe or whatever, who literally gives it away. He killed
What?
Black Bolt. You remember that line?
What?
So Scarlet Witch comes into the room. The Illuminati steps down to face her, and she's saying all this shit. And Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, says, Wanda, please, Black Bolt could defeat you with a whisper, just a whisper from his mouth or something like that. And then,
Yeah.
like, he gave it away, and she said, "Oh, what mouth?" And now he doesn't have
Yeah.
a mouth, and he just like panics and screams. An idiot.
He's supposed to be like the smartest man in like that universe.
Yeah,
Fucking kills himself.
yeah. Um, and she just like I that was a funny way for him to die,
I
to
know.
Mr.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But I really liked it. Also, I don't think Captain Marvel is dead. Like we didn't actively see her. When you like see a hand like that in films, I mean, you've watched a lot of movies.
Yeah.
She got that statue thrown on her, and like her hand was still out. Like you didn't really see her die. Like with uh, Black Bolt, you
Captain
saw his
America.
head explode, his eyes went all fucked. He falls to the ground. Okay, that's pretty much dead. Captain America, or Captain Britain, I should say,
Yeah.
got sliced in half. Pretty much dead. But with Captain Marvel, she's like super strong. So a statue falling on her. I think we'll probably see more of her.
I don't know if they're gonna incorporate that universe into anything else.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. How much they'll tie in other universes. Um, but I hope that they do.
Yeah.
You know, I hope that they do because it opens up a lot more like possibilities and stories. I think they'll probably do it more in the in Disney Plus in the series or like a short series or something like that. Um, but who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Um,
I'm still excited to see where this like phase is going.
yeah,
Everyone's still kind of like wondering like who like the big baddie is gonna be for the
yeah,
next couple like phases.
dude.
Everyone thinks it's gonna be Kang the Destroyer, but I don't think anyone like really knows. So
You know who I would love to see?
Steven Seagal.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What if he just popped out and he wasn't even a villain? It's just Steven is. Oh
Yeah.
my God! It's Steven Seagal. He
Drop the
knows the
gun,
hero.
motherfucker. Yeah. No, that I would love that scene. Somebody should do that scene where in Avengers Infinity War, where they kind of are at the Sanctum, whatever, in New York,
Yeah.
and Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Doctor Banner are there, and they kind of like feel the wind blowing. People are kind of screaming, and they
Yeah.
notice something is like going on, right? And something like feels off, and then all of a sudden, it cuts to Spider-Man who gets his like Spider Peter tingle, and he goes towards downtown, and everything feels really eerie. And then the heroes are out there in the street, right? And they're looking down the street, and then it just pans over to Steven Seagal sprinting down the road at them
That's it.
with his little floppy arms,
Yeah.
sprinting down the street right towards him. I would love to see
That'd
that.
be the best movie ever.
Um, but I would love to see. And I don't know if this is just me like thinking that Marvel is always trying to like drop hints at shit, but there were multiple times where the robots at the in the other universe, the sentries, right? Uh, they said that word century, like the centuries
Yeah.
and the century, like multiple times, and I wonder if that's a hint to who they're going to be bringing in, because I would love to see the century in a Marvel film.
Oh, they called them Sentries, but they also called them Ultrons. Like,
Ultron, yeah.
yeah.
Um, oh damn. Jessica just texted me, and I forgot to get my wallet out of her purse before she left for work, but that's okay. Um, but I would love to see the Sentry come in, because the Sentry is, in terms of like the big bad guy. That oh, thank you. That's what I was going to mention. So let me say this part about the Sentry, and then I'll get to my other point. I would love to see them tie that in like a villain aspect, because the Sentry is like the original superhero. His story is that, do you know about the Sentry?
No.
So he was like the original superhero, but he was like so powerful that he was dangerous, and he had a really like horrible, dangerous side because of the like serum that he got. I think he got like like the uninhibited serum that Captain America got, and he just went
Oh,
like full god mode. Um,
okay.
and he and Reed Richards like worked together to create like some system to make it so that the world completely forgot that the Sentry existed, similar to like Spider-Man, because as long as like memory existed of him, there was always a chance for what's called the Void to come back, like his evil side.
Yeah.
But the Sentry literally like beat the shit out of the Hulk, and he
Shit.
like fought the entire group of the Avengers, and they still couldn't take him down. Um, but he's like a hero. He's a good guy, but like I think he it's the problem with his like his mind. His mind is like kind of fucked. Um, so I would love to see some shit like that.
Does he do anything with like robots?
Um, no, but they're always like tying other things in. So that's why I was saying like those robots, they mentioned and referred to them as the Sentries or the Sentry multiple
Yeah.
times. Um, and I'm just wondering if that's a some sort of hint. But like the Sentry's powers are like he's essentially like the Marvel's Superman. Um, but he can like alter matter. Um, let's see, what are his powers? What the hell? Where are the powers at, bro? Um, personal information. Okay. Apparently, the fandom wiki does not list his powers for whatever reason. But he's got a shit ton of them that are basically like every superhero combined. um, but the other thing that I was going to say was it kind of felt overplayed with Wanda being the bad, like the villain in this case, because it
Yeah.
felt resolved in at the end of WandaVision.
Yeah, that was the thing too. I had trouble with was like um her like badness or like her reason to be bad was so weak.
Yeah,
Like in my opinion, it was just like um I got to get to my kids, and then Doctor Strange's like, they're not your kids, you fucker. Like they're in
they're
another
not
universe.
real.
And then the moment that they she sees the other one that's exactly her, just from a different universe, it's like she doesn't even like care. It was weird. I I didn't really like that aspect.
Yeah. Um, it like I said, it just felt kind of like this is we're still on about this. Like it didn't. Yeah, it just felt resolved at the end of WandaVision, and the way that they revealed her as like the villain in the film just
Yeah.
was it felt too quick. Like it was just a giveaway immediately,
Yeah.
you know, rather than like, oh, let's help America, find out who's uh after you, controlling these demons and doing these things. Like, why not play that out where she tries to get close and is helping Doctor Strange, and then at the end, it's like, oh shit, it's you? That would have been way better,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Opinion.
Oh, Robert Reynolds, Century. Oh, what the fuck? I hate ads. I hate them. Giant fucking ads on these websites. Um, Robert Reynolds gained the power of a million exploding suns.
That's pretty powerful. So, yeah, superhuman strength, speed, resurrection. Damn.
Dang.
Mental projection. Yeah. Um, but yeah, he in one of the like in his origin comics, I think he like kills the family dog because he has like a nightmare. He wakes up from a nightmare, and he sees this like demon on the floor, like this super frightening thing, and he like kicks it and like throws it against a wall or something like that, and he was still like hallucinating, and he like snaps out of it, and he turns out it was just the family dog
Yeah.
that he killed. And so I would like to see more like darker shit like that in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a part where DC is just like dropping the ball. Is that they have such like really cool stories and darker stories that they could profit off of, and they're just doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
Like they really should just poach people making these Marvel films, and tell them we need more shit like Logan. Or just, I guess you wouldn't even have to poach him from Logan because I don't think that's officially in the Marvel universe,
No.
Marvel Cinematic Universe, I should say. So,
But yeah, I think you're exactly right. The movies that do really well for DC are the Batman movies standalones because they're so dark and gritty. And then they go and they try to make a universe and they're not fucking dark and gritty. It's like
yeah,
that's not what DC is.
yeah. Um, they could make such a awesome movie, and they
Yeah.
just
Then they don't.
can't seem to, you know. Um, but yeah, I think that was all I had to say about the movie. Um, like I said, I did enjoy it, um, but I think it could have been better. You know, I just didn't like the fact that it was just kind of a weak Wanda.
Yeah.
villain, or Wanda as a villain, was pretty weak. And you made a really good point about their powers just kind of being hard to quantify.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens. That, I did like the America Chavez character. Um, I thought it was really cool how they brought that in, and how they're going to tie that into future films will be really interesting.
Yeah. But we do have one that's the new Thor movies coming out
Oh yeah,
here, and that should be pretty good.
what phase are we in now? Is it Marvel Phase 4?
Or yeah,
Yeah. Um, I'm excited about Love and Thunder.
I am too.
I think it'll be. I think it'll be really cool. Um, and it's like the trailers for it are super cheesy. You know.
Yeah,
Um, and I hope that, again, I think what they're trying to do is make it seem like another Guardians film, and I hope that that is intentional to make it super cheesy and really funny, and then just kind of like slap you in the face with the villain, who's going to be Gore,
dude.
who is like super horrible in the comics,
Yeah,
like absolutely fucks up Thor.
yeah.
Um, and I'm just excited to see what's his face, Christian Bale
I know.
as Gore the God Butcher. I just hope that they don't, like, Gore the God Butcher has this like really awesome look in the comics, and I hope they don't just give him like some human like face in the film. You know,
Yeah, I
because I've
don't think.
seen like pictures from the set, and there's like really nothing done to his face. So I hope that they just do some like post type stuff to make him seem more.
Nothing done to his face? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, so if you look up God the Gore Butcher, or Gore the Gore the God Butcher,
Yeah.
you'll see pictures of Christian Bale, um, and it's basically just him in white makeup. Like he's just got super pale white skin.
Huh.
But in the comics, he like is this super alien, has this super alien looking face. He's got these like weird like octopus type like nostrils.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
So
They might just not do that.
yeah, I don't know. Um,
Oh, I think this is like a good representation of it. There's a poster with him on it. I think that would be a good representation.
yeah,
I think they're gonna do a little bit more because I see like an action figurine,
yeah. I was looking
so,
at those too.
but the poster itself looks like it has a little bit more.
Yeah, but in any way, like I think Christian Bale will fucking kill it because he always kills everything that he does. You know.
Yeah.
But it'll be exciting to see what they do. And I think the next like several films are like pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Um,
I was just looking at the list of the upcoming ones.
Same.
Got Thor coming out in July, so just a couple months away. Well, 3 months away, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, the new Ant-Man coming next February, and then Guardians.
Yeah.
Should be good. It'll be
Um,
nice.
yeah. I'm I'm excited about it. It'll be pretty cool. You know what I'm super excited for
But
is, let me open this image in a new tab so I can see the whole thing. Um, I'm excited for um, Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how, but I'm certain that they're going to tie in the multiverse and the quantum verse together somehow. My prediction is that the quantum realm is like the multiverse, or the multiverse is the quantum realm, however it is. I don't know, but I think there's going to be something, a connection there. That's
Yeah.
my prediction. Um, the other thing that I'm super excited about is oh, they're doing a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Oh, yeah, I'm watching
Man.
that shit. Is Blade with Mahershala
Yeah.
Ali? Oh man,
Yeah.
I
I
just
think that's
rewatched the
still.
Blade movies recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I gotta. I'm like that first Blade. Like Blade 2 was good. Blade 3, they just got progressively worse, but I still enjoyed them because I like the character, you know.
Yeah.
But that first Blade was so fucking dope.
It was.
So dope. And actually, the the interesting thing is that the Matrix riffed off of Blade, because Blade came out several months before the Matrix did, and in Blade they did like bullet dodging in that film before the Matrix did. But the Matrix was just a much larger movie and it got more recognition and more credit for it.
Oh. Oh, you're saying that like they both did it,
Blade did it
Ma-
first.
but Matrix just got more recognition.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they
Because I
just
think
came
that
out
was
with
the first time that had ever happened in a movie, like that idea.
yeah. I'm sure they both thought of it, like, because
Or like
Matrix
bullet time, whatever it is. Bullet time
Matrix
effect.
probably couldn't have like saw Blade and then going back and like edited that in.
Could have been. Yeah. Um, but I think, let's see. Yeah, see, here's Blade doing it, and here's Matrix. Um, this is from Game Facts. Um, that's earlier than Matrix. Yeah. There was some other older things that posted it. Oh, Max Payne. That's a game though, not a movie.
Yeah.
They had bullet time. Did you ever play that game?
No, but I've watched people play it
Yeah.
back when
Dude,
was a
that was a
kid.
fucking dope ass game.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm super excited for Blade, and I wonder if they're going to keep John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
I would assume they would.
Yeah,
They usually don't like hire someone and then change them.
true. Um, and that was the other thing that was really cool seeing in Multiverse of Madness is that I'd seen rumors that John Krasinski was going to be Mr. Fantastic, but you never really know, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that was really cool seeing that like actually on screen.
Yeah.
So, um, anyways, I wonder what other like characters are going to tie into all of these films that are coming up. You know,
Probably Joe.
Joe Mama.
Yeah.
Is that really what you were gonna fucking pull? I don't
Yeah.
think so, dude. I don't think so.
Uh, yeah. I'm excited to see where it goes. It's gonna be like fucking 10 years until we see the end result of these like phases.
Yeah, I just hope that it doesn't get fucking overplayed and boring. You know,
Yeah.
because they're doing this is the problem when you start doing so many things back to back to back. Now it kind of is starting to feel like they're just riding a wave of popularity and success. Whereas like 10 years ago, like Iron Man was a hit, and then the other like first Marvel films were like kind of revolutionary. Like
Yeah.
that first Avengers film was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this is like everybody's all together. Like this is awesome. But now it's like, oh yeah, I'm just like excited to see. The Eternals will probably be good, and go see that. It's not like, which it wasn't. Um, there's really no like big excitement, because we've come to love these characters so much, and maybe
Yeah.
it's just because that they were the first iteration of the on-screen characters that they're seen as like irreplaceable. But for like a younger
Yeah.
generation that are like 5 years old, 10 years old, that are watching these new movies come out, maybe they'll like this phase more, and then they'll
Yeah.
watch the older ones later. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess on your point, like the newest Spider-Man that came out was still like one of the
Yeah,
highest money grossing Marvel movies like ever.
yeah,
Um, and I think Doctor Strange was pretty high too. But yeah, I don't know. I think that they're doing a good job. I think, they pace it pretty well now, like the movies.
yeah,
And I think that they're trying to like go a different way now, which will be nice. Like story
yeah.
wise, maybe a little bit different than like a Thanos type storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, and I think this is going for like a good portion of these people. Like, I think this is the last time Chris Hemsworth is going to be Thor.
Yeah.
I've heard Dave Bautista say
Done.
that he's done with Guardians,
Yeah.
which he's not like a major character, but still you're losing characters that people like and bring like good quality to like the movie.
Yeah.
Um, what's his face is done. Chris Hemsworth is done. Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. is done. It's because it takes so much time. And I think what's her face, Elizabeth Olsen, just recently, yeah, she said that she like lost out on a lot of opportunities to do other films that she was super interested in, films that got like Oscar nominations, um, because she was tied up to Marvel. She couldn't do anything. I think she was contractually like forbidden from doing anything else.
Yeah. But also, she made a fucking buttload of money. I guarantee you, the amount of money she made from Marvel is like a lot more money than she probably would have made for an Oscar-worthy movie.
Yeah, but also, I guess at that point when you're that successful, it's relative, right? Like you already have several millions of dollars, and I used to think about have that same thought too. Like, what are they bitching about? But like, what's the difference between like, okay, I already have like $100 million in the bank. Like, this film's gonna pay me $10 million for this role in Doctor Strange, or I can get like 2 million for this other role, but now I get like more like serious accolades. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
part of a Marvel or an Oscar winning film. Not saying that it would have won an Oscar if she was in it, because maybe it wouldn't have won an Oscar
Yeah.
if she was in it. Who knows? But like I understand that. Um, it's like, I don't know. Probably is difficult to deal with all of that just contractually. Can't do anything else. And also it's like this films seem pretty difficult to do, and you got to be in like fucking great shape too. Like Chris Hemsworth like has to be, if he's doing all these films all the time, like has to stay fucking jacked all the time. And that's not
Yeah.
easy to do.
It must be hard for him.
Right? I'm sure he's got some some great
Probably
diet.
flies down to Mexico and buy some HGH.
Yeah, go down to fucking Tulum and buys
Yeah,
it from the Mexican pharmacy. That
dude,
was a crazy picture that you sent. The fact that they're
dude, it was
just selling
insane.
Tren and HGH over the counter is wild to
Dude,
me.
it was like dude, the on the walls, like the windows, they would have like lists of what they sold, and it was like, uh, it was fucking insane. It was like human growth hormone, Viagra, um,
Nice.
sunscreen, and it was just like, what is this list of stuff that you're
What?
selling?
Yeah,
What
you're
the
going from
hell?
like, that's funny, dude.
It was like 20 items, and like
Yeah,
there was some crazy stuff.
yeah. Hey, you got any Claritin? No, but we got some Trenbolone and some
Yeah,
Dianabol. That'll probably solve your problem. And you're like, I don't think that it will, but might solve
it's
some
funny
other problems.
funny to think like how many of those people go in there and buy like the HGH.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm
there are
sorry, not.
people that just go. And how do you get back with it? If you're just going down there to get it, do you just check it? Like put it in a checked bag and hope that they don't fucking search it?
I don't know.
You know? Or you just. Are there plenty. I'm sure there are plenty of like Instagram bros and models that just live down there so
Yeah.
that they can get this stuff. So,
Ugh.
would you ever to that point, I don't want to self-incriminate, but would you ever do like TRT
Is that
or
just
HGH or
testosterone
anything?
replacement?
What's that?
Is that TRT? Is that just like the testosterone
Yeah.
replacement? I would not do HGH.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be that it's like the head grown shit, man.
Yeah, and I would probably not do the testosterone just because I would be afraid that like you start taking it and then I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but like your body stops producing it as effectively.
For the period that you're on it, yes, because you're
And
essentially
like,
bypassing your body's need to produce testosterone,
yeah, it's like it starts like realizing that your body has like excess testosterone than what it
and it
should,
doesn't. Yeah.
kind of, and it doesn't do it. But then does it go back to it if you stop taking it?
Yeah. So
Oh,
it takes like a couple months for it to happen, or a couple weeks. Um, and I know this because I've watched YouTube videos on it.
yeah,
Um, I was actually contemplating it, uh, like just recently. Like
yeah,
I would definitely go on it, because my back was like killing me. Like especially when I first got out, um, I my back was like killing me, and I was like, I gotta do something. Like I feel like I just can't get like stronger, and my back is kind of screwed. And so I was looking at that, and I was looking at doctors to like prescribe, and there are places here, but it's so freaking expensive, man.
is it?
Yeah. Um. So I was like reading into it and looking at the risks, the benefits, the costs. But I would be open to it for sure, um, especially as I get older. And there have been like studies, more studies now. There hasn't been like long-standing studies on it in the way that they've done it on what do you call it? What's we just said it, Trembolone and
Yeah.
Dianabol, all those like bodybuilder drugs. Um, but they're finding that it's not nearly. I mean, everything has its risks, but it's not like gonna kill you at the age of like 35,
Hmm.
unless you're doing like some ungodly amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of like what I've always heard too, especially with like steroids, testosterone replacement, things like that. You
Yeah,
do it in like a prescribed manner that's like
yeah. They typically
regulated,
have. Yeah, those bodybuilders typically have, you know, a quote
like a
unquote doctor that
therapist.
they see, or just a real doctor. I mean, the doctors can't like, if you're a bodybuilder and you go to the doctor and you get blood work done constantly. You know, the doctor can't tell you what not to do, and they can't like tell the police or anything.
Yeah.
You know, so they have an obligation to make sure that you're healthy while you're doing it. But how healthy can you be when you're fucking taking, you know, ounces and ounces of this shit all the time?
That's true.
So yeah, it's definitely it's a scary thing though. Like, but I think as I get older, I would definitely, you know, be open to it. Especially if my back is still like bothering me
Yeah.
frequently. For sure. But yeah, it does take time for your body to like realize, oh shit, we gotta make some.
Yeah.
But over time, like as we get older, not like even now, I think we're at the age where our body stops producing as much testosterone as we were when we were younger. Like the highest amount was when we were teenagers going through puberty.
Yeah.
That's why we like experienced acne and like random boners, you know.
Hmm.
But it starts to decrease like in your 20s or something like that. I can't remember what the actual like the age range is,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of thought about it, and don't know. Maybe when I'm older,
yeah,
but I think I'm fine for now. So
yeah. If I was in like a, I don't know, competitive, like still competitive in track and field or whatever sport, like I would probably see like more of a like major temptation into it.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
like I understand that, especially like when people pop for like testosterone or human growth hormone when they're like in their 30s as a professional
Yeah.
football player, you're like, I don't blame the guy, you know?
No. Yeah.
He's getting fucking tackled by like 250 pound or 350 pound dudes that are 10 years younger than he is,
Yeah.
you know? So, but yeah, the fact that you can just go buy it in these places is still wild to me.
Still insane. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, that, yeah. Like, it's not NyQuil.
I mean, to some people it is.
That's true. Yeah. Um, but I would be very I don't know. It's just like I see these people in these films. Like what's his name? Uh Kumail
Yeah.
Nanjiani. Bro, that guy was like 40 something when he got absolutely ripped. He got
He's shredded.
huge,
Yeah.
jacked. I'm like, dude, once it doesn't happen like that once you're like
Yeah.
40.
No. Yeah.
That's not, and I think it's like kind of I think it's bad to say that you're like, oh yeah, I got this body because I just eat chicken and broccoli and I get 8 hours of rest every night. And no, like just say no, yeah, I needed to get absolutely huge because I needed to look like a superhero. So I went to the doctors and I started TRT. I was getting older anyways, and
You know, I think that's like the like equivalent of like women nowadays. This is not like a woman bashing thing, but like women that like see like a Kim Kardashian and
yeah,
surgeries, you
like you're
know.
not going to attain that body.
Yeah, I think this is like another thing where it's like the boys of America like, see these 40 plus year old men get jacked
Yeah,
and they try things, but in actuality, like try like steroids and stuff. And actuality, it's like those guys are probably using some sort of like testosterone thing, and they're not saying it.
yeah, yeah. They 100%. It's like
It's like exactly the same thing.
yeah, and like I look at pictures of Kamel and like you can just see it in his head too. Like his jaw got way more chiseled. Like his
Yeah,
jawline And that's not just like you got a little thinner.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm looking at his jawline now in different pictures. And maybe it was that his face just leaned out. Because he does have a pretty, like, wide jaw, even in these older pictures. But still, in any case. Hopefully, he'll likely never hear this. But I like that guy, though. He's
I do
hilarious.
too. Yeah.
But I'm just, like, looking at these fucking pictures, and he looks... he almost looks ridiculous how muscular he is. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like he's got like, dude, his arms,
Yeah.
god
They're
dang, juicy as fuck. You know what I mean? So, and then you got people like Dave Bautista who are they're like they don't openly say it, but they're not gonna like deny
Yeah.
that shit. So, anyways, uh, speaking of which, I need to start going to the gym again.
I just lifted for the first time in a couple months yesterday, and I am wrecked.
Dude, I did triceps like 2 or 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I did like all sorts of like, except like this. I did it down. I did it back this way, and I did way too much because my triceps still like when I do this like I feel it's like all the way down here. I feel everything, and it hurts.
Yeah.
Like I should not be sore for that long, you know? Like that was a bad like I went too hard too soon cuz I hadn't worked out just like you probably since like December was the last time I worked out consistently, like 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Um Now I work out like maybe once once a week.
Yeah.
Um and I don't like it. Like I feel super weak and I hate feeling that way,
I
you know?
hate feeling weak.
Dude, like I hate struggling like lifting things or like if I'm just like horsing around or trying to move shit. Like I hate
Yeah.
feeling like I like being strong. If I'm gonna look soft and have like a gut, like I still need to be strong.
Yeah.
I think it's a goal for myself as I age is to always be able to like should always be able to bench 225, squat 315, and like deadlift like 400. Or maybe
Yeah.
not deadlift. I probably won't be deadlifting uh as I get older all that much, but at least like be able
Squatting's all you need, man.
yeah. It's a solid movement, you know?
Yeah.
Your heart health is what like keeps your cardio is what keeps your heart healthy, but like lifting is what gets you up and down the stairs and out of your chair,
Yeah.
you know? So I keep kettlebells in the house, and I try and like every time I walk by them, I try and do something, or I try and grab them like pretty frequently and do some squats or some snatches or whatnot. But
Yeah.
it's also hard because I'm a lazy piece of shit sometimes.
Same.
So, um, but there is a gym near here, um, that is called it's called Barbell Brigade, and I've been looking for a gym to go to, and this is like an awesome gym. It's like one of those like Instagram gyms that you
Yeah.
see. It's a powerlifting gym. Um, and it's like only a couple miles away. But it's got like 12 like where's the about section? But they've got like a shit ton of like squat racks. They have 12 squat racks, like pull up and monkey bars for, calisthenics. You've got 4 big deadlift platforms, 2 Olympic platforms, and they have dumbbells that go all the way up to 200 pounds. They've got turf so you can do sprints. They've got cardio shit. They even have like competition bench press machines, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I
Hmm.
think they're like 8 miles away from here. And they have like strongman equipment too, like the big axle, like tree trunk type things that you like,
Yeah.
uh, that I see Gabby doing all the time on Instagram.
Mhm.
Like I would love to try that shit out. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there, and it's like $80 a month because I can get like a veteran discount.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, there's a like a fight gym, MMA gym that I really wanted to go to out here called Fight Academy, um, but it would be $150 a month, which is
Hmm.
good because you can go to like pretty much any of the classes. They have weight equipment and cardio equipment and all that stuff there, and squat racks. Uh, but now that I'm like done with school, I'm not going to be getting like my it's called BAH. It's like a housing allowance every month, and it's like
Yeah.
3K every month that I would get when I was in school. Um, Now I'm just getting, nothing because I'm going to be graduating and
Yeah.
done with school. So I can't really justify like $150 every month right now until I get a job, but I could swing 80,
Yeah.
you know. Um, I just need to get back in shape, you know.
I know. Same.
I hate, like I said, I just hate feeling weak. If I'm not going to look fucking shredded, I need to at least be strong.
Yeah.
So, um, but this has been a good pod.
Yeah.
I have to go uh, take a number 1+1.
Number two. Nice. Nice.
Yes, yes. And then I think I'm gonna go get some Mountain Dew.
Go. Ooh.
Oh wait, no, I can't because
Man.
Jessica has my wallet. Dang it! I'll go later.
You could scrounge up some pennies around the house.
Ooh, you know what? Actually, I do have change in my car. I think. How much was your Purple Rain?
I
Purple
actually,
Rain.
this Circle K had a deal. It
Oh,
was buy two get one free. So I think it was like $4 or something.
yeah. Spend a lot of money, get a little bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I have change in my car because I always pay for like gas with cash, and I always get
Ooh.
like a couple cents back here and there, like
Why
some
do you pay
quarters
with cash? Why do you pay with gas with cash?
because it's cheaper.
It's like 5 cents, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still cheaper, especially when you have a 26-gallon tank. Those 5 cents add up. Um, and plus it's like 6.19 a gallon here.
6.19.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was 5.49. So sometimes like I go right down the street and I pay for the more expensive gas just because it's convenient. Other times I'll like go a couple miles to the cheaper one, but even then, like the cheaper one is like five. The last time I checked out the cheaper one, it was 5.49. It's probably higher now because the one that was 6.19 used to be like 5.70 something.
Okay.
So that went up like 50 cents. So I'm assuming this one also went up
Yeah,
50. Which is it's insane.
it is.
And I'm glad that I don't have to commute to campus anymore because I'll be graduating Thursday. Well, not
Nice.
Thursday, but
Well,
that's when my final is.
yeah.
Oh, it's by the way, um, we get in Thursday night, so we're flying to Portland next week. We get in Thursday night. We're gonna stay with a friend. In like I think she lives in southeast,
Yeah.
south side somewhere. I don't know if it's east or west, or maybe it's. I have no idea where she lives. Never mind. But it's in Portland, and then we're going to be getting a rental car Friday morning. And we're gonna be there Friday, Saturday, and we're gonna be leaving Sunday. Um, are you still good to hang like Saturday? Because you work
Yeah.
Friday, don't you?
Yeah. I work
Yeah.
Friday.
Um,
Yeah. I don't think we're doing anything, so
all right.
I don't think we have
Um,
anything
I
planned.
don't know what. Justin is doing. But yeah, it'd be nice to see you guys. I do want to go to Concordia, walk around, and see it dead.
Yeah, yeah. There's not much going on there.
Have you been recently since it's closed?
I drive by.
Yeah. I wonder
Gonna
what
have to go.
I wonder what they're gonna do with the throws uh,
I'm surprised they
center.
haven't done anything with it yet.
I
I know
my guess is they'll probably tear it down.
Scott Skipper has been using it as a throws competition area.
Who's that?
Scott Skipper,
Yeah.
the super throwers guy, runs like a track club here.
Mm.
Um, his son went to Oregon. He was a
Oh,
hammer
okay.
thrower at Oregon. Greg Skipper.
Oh, okay.
Um, but I know that they've been using it. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm surprised they haven't tore it down. Just
Yeah, I can't imagine like they'll like whoever buys it next can justify keeping it.
yeah,
Probably just sell it.
unless Scott Skipper,
Works out a deal. Yeah.
well, yeah, worked out a deal and like is paying the lease or whatever.
Yeah. Because I don't. That's another good point. I don't know if they own, if Concordia owned that land or if they were just
No,
leasing
they
it.
didn't. They were leasing it from because that was the Port of Portland's land.
Oh, okay.
They had a deal. They had like a 10-year deal or something like that.
Got it.
And
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, at any time, the Port of Portland could have come back and said, "We need this land."
We're taking this back.
yeah, we're taking it back.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be really interesting to see how things unfold with a university that went out of business. So, um, but anyways, I will see you next week.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Um, so maybe we can do another episode like in the week, during the week before I leave, so that way we can
Yeah.
get it out. Um, so that way we don't have to do one while we're there, because I don't know how that would happen.
Yeah, it'd be kinda
Maybe we
hard.
could record it somehow on your laptop, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can figure that out later. All right, man.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna stop boring people. Let me stop the recording. Thanks for listening in. If you've made it this far, we've thanks for wasting your life with us.
Yeah.